Alright, good morning everybody. We are here with our second 25 Elite Super Break. The break includes the sealed hobby case, the sealed priority and the sealed USA. Our team list for today, or for this break: Broncos, Matthew McCullagh; Raiders, Jeremy Thomas; Bulldogs, Aaron Livingstone; Sharks, Kyle Burrows; Dolphins, John Gravagna; Titans, Dylan Cameron; Manly, Nathan Russell; Storm, Nicholas Verwey; Knights, Keith Hunter; Cowboys, Craig Hyde; Eels, Mitch Mappas; Panthers, Matthew Wellington; Rabbitohs, Peter Lowe; Dragons, Daryl Barton; Roosters, Tony Luxton; Warriors, John Turner; and Tigers, Wayne Stewart. Alright. Today we are doing the hobby and the priority. See how we go. I'll actually put the priority on the case on the floor behind us. Give us a bit more room. Let's bring the chat screen up and get set in, ready to go. I don't have... Morning, Tony. Sorry guys, I just don't have my normal team list pop up that I have. That's ready. Go. Morning, Amram. Let's get into it. We've got 392 today and tomorrow, and 393 on 383 on Wednesday. Now, first case card of the break. Number 12. Oops. Felice Kafusi for the Dolphins. John Gravagna starting us off. Morning, Nicholas. Got duo on your brain. Alright, well that's them all out. Let's move them down there. Alright. That'll do. Let's go, guys. Box number 1. First packet, BD. And a good start to the morning, Tony. Number 6. Dominic Young. First in the chat, first hit, first packet. Well, not the first hit. Dolphins had first hit. And a Victor Radley parallel for the Roosters. In the reps, Samima Torfa. Oh, no, Jillaroos. Get with it, Jared. Let's go. New recruit, Blaze Talagi for Panthers. Okay, I'll make a comment. I keep saying the noisy wheel gets the grease. That's how it always seems to work. Marquee Golden Payne Huss, number 84 for the Broncos. Jack Howarth, parallel for Storm. Don't forget, guys, keep an eye out in the Facebook group this afternoon. New giveaway being dropped. Marquee David Fafita for the Titans. It is a bit of a 25 Elite thank you for everyone that's been a part of that with us. It's been another big year. Julia Robinson, Sheridan Gallagher for the Knights. Matt Burton, parallel for the Bulldogs. And don't forget, everyone that has been a part of that also goes into the Christmas giveaway. Everyone's been accruing their entries. And Fanua Blake Vegas for the Sharks. Christian parallel for the Dragons. New recruit Asaya Yongi for the Eels. New recruit Marky Mark for the Roosters. I was finally lucky enough to hit a golden ticket yesterday. First one for 25 Elite. Knights in the Masters series. Jaden Campbell, parallel for Titans. Matt Mitchell. In the reps, Dane Gagai. Raiders parallel checklist. Ruby Mojo, Corey Horsburgh for the Raiders, number 28. Adam Fanua Blake, parallel for the Sharks. I was having a conversation this morning about the golden ticket, and we hit ours in the hobby case, and the person believes that's where most of them are. So I'm curious if those that do know what product those out there have already been found in. New recruit Matty Nicholson for the Raiders.
There is 4 times the amount of officers what there is priority in USA compliance, so a lot of everything is around 13.
There you go. Mr. Mass in the background has pointed out a good fact. There's 4 times the amount of hobby compared to USA in priority, so there should be, on average, around 13 golden tickets in the hobby. 12, 13. So, yeah. That's if they've worked it out like that. Yeah. Lower of TLA. Number 18. Ball patch. We haven't hit many of these. I think this is only our second one in the breaks. I think we've only hit a couple, if that many. There you go. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all we've opened. That's our 4th one in total. Brian Top, parallel for Panthers. Remembering that gets randomised by itself. Vegas, Ethan Strange for the Raiders. Broncos, parallel checklist. Shannon Mato in the reps. And if you're watching this one at the moment and would like to be a part of it, we do have some spots in another one we have listed. Break 393. Exactly the same as this one. Marquee Samaima Torfa for the Raiders. 3 sealed cases. Dally M, Herbie Farmworth for the Dolphins. Jason Saab, parallel for Manly. New recruit RCG for Titans. Marquee Nathan Cleary for Panthers. Wade Egan, parallel for the Warriors. New recruit Valentine Holmes for the Dragons. White Young Guns Jai Gray for the Rabbitohs, number 134. Thomas Duffy, parallel for the Cowboys. Cameron Murray in the reps. Let's go, box number 2. Parallel Keanu Kinney for the Titans. Excuse me. New recruit Lazarus for the Storm. Sapphire Mojo Selwyn Cobbo for the Broncos, number 18. Ethan Strange, parallel for the Raiders. Dally M, Yasmin Clitsdale for the Knights. Braden Trindle, parallel for the Sharks. In the reps, Taron Aiken for Gillaroos. Marquee Isabel Kelly for the Roosters. Golden Marquee, Tommy Turbo for Manly. Number 54. Sanua Taruva, parallel for Tigers. New recruit Matt Arthur for the Knights. Masters Series in the Blues. Tyson Frizzell, parallel for the Knights. New recruit Jazz Tavega for Manly. Zach Lomax in the reps. Vegas. Taryn Aiken in the Jillaroos. Jack Whiten parallel for the Rabbitohs. Alexander Brimson, Ruby Mojo, number 12 for the Titans. Sandon Smith, parallel for the Roosters. Marquee Jack Whiten for the Rabbitohs. Dally M James Tedesco for the Roosters. Storm parallel checklist. The Hammer in the reps. White leg sensation number 85. Scott Drinkwater for the Cowboys. Sam McIntyre parallel for the Cowboys. New recruit Aaron Clark for the Warriors. New recruit Perhepa for the Sharks. Vegas Chance Nico Klokstad for the Warriors. Daly Cherry Evans parallel for Manly. White Young Guns Blaze Talagi for the Panthers 162. Jaden Sewer parallel for the Dragons. G'day Lee. Bree Chester in the reps. Yep. There you go. $384. Hopefully that will be Thursday, I think it is. Reece Welsh, marquee for the Broncos. Paul Alamotti, parallel for Panthers. New recruit, Sanua Taruva for Tigers. And that's another box down. What's that? Dragons and Dolphins, I think, in 384. We razzed Cowboys. I've got to do that live razz after the break because we're getting set up for this. Lee just grabbed Titans, so I'm pretty sure it's Dragons and Dolphins. Olivia Koenig in the reps. Definitely Dragons, I think Dolphins. So if you're interested in being in Thursday's break, guys, and you're interested in one of those two teams, go and grab a spot. Ali Brigginshaw. There you go, I was right. That's surprising. Bradman Best, parallel for the Knights. New recruit, Marcelo Montoya for the Bulldogs. Sharks parallel checklist. No worries, Lee. Thanks, mate. That's 384 and it should be on Thursday. Marquee, Angus Crichton for the Roosters. Hoping. I shouldn't say should. Hoping it's on Thursday. Black League sensations. Number 39. Valentine Holmes for the Dragons. Dylan Edwards, parallel for Panthers. New recruit, Lewis Dodd for the Rabbitohs. Vegas, Harris Tavita for the Warriors. Lachlan Galvin, parallel for the Tigers. New recruit, Sanua Taruva for Tigers. Kangaroos in the Masters series. Ruben Garrick, parallel for Manly. Daly Cherry Evans in the reps for Manly. Isabel Kelly, Vegas for Gillaroos. Jackson Purdue, parallel for the Cowboys. New recruit, Carl Lawton for the Cowboys. Sapphire Mojo, Cameron McInnes for the Sharks, number 8. Jack Williams, parallel for the Eels. Marquee Latrell Mitchell for the Rabbitohs. Dally M, Eliza Katoa for the Storm. Bronson Sherry, parallel for Bulldogs. New recruit, Cooley Kefu for the Dolphins. Dally M, Samaima Torfa for the Raiders. Campbell Graham, parallel for the Rabbitohs. Reps, Keezy Apps for the Gillaroos. Ruby Mojo, Jerome Hughes for the Storm, number 1. There we go. Hammer, parallel for the Dolphins. White Young Guns, Benjamin Takura for the Broncos, 157. James Fisher-Harris, parallel for the Warriors. Connor Watson in the reps. Pink Diamond, Keely Davis for the Roosters, number 47. Payne Huss, parallel for the Broncos. New recruit, Jazz Tavega for Manly. And that's box number 3. New recruit, Carter Gordon for the Titans. New recruit, Shabaski for the Broncos. Vegas, Paul Alamotti for the Panthers. And Daniel Saifiti, parallel for Dolphins. In the reps, Lindsay Collins. Marquee, Nico Hines for the Sharks. Joe Offengowie, parallel for the Eels. Black Young Guns, Blaze Talagi for Panthers, number 159. Scott Drinkwater, parallel for the Cowboys. Marquee, Kalen Ponga for the Knights. Vegas, Xavier Savage for the Raiders. Marky Mark, parallel for the Roosters. New recruit, Isaiah for Panthers. Heard a few of the dads saying that Union's trying to target Marky Mark to get him back. Knights in the Masters series. Jerome Hughes, parallel for Storm. Xavier Coates in the reps. Dragons, parallel checklist. Ruby Mojo, Herbie Farmworth for the Dolphins, number 43. Adam Pompey, parallel for the Warriors. New recruit, Clinton Gufferson for the Dragons. Pink Diamond, Grace Kemp for the Raiders, number 9. Adam Reynolds, parallel for the Broncos. Marquee, Tegan Berry for the Dragons. Dally M, Brian To'o for Panthers. New recruit, Ethan Sanders for the Raiders. New recruit, Chad Townsend for the Roosters. Dali M, Zahara Tamara for the Raiders. Bulldogs, parallel checklist. In the reps, Shanice Parker. White Young Gun, Joe Shan for Storm, number 6. Isaiah Yo, parallel for Panthers. Millie Elliott for the Gillaroos. Gold marquee, a big papa for the Raiders, number 93. Oh, excuse me. Luke Brooks, parallel for Manly. And that's another box down. Daly M. Jerome Hughes for Storm. Jermaine Isako, parallel for Dolphins. In the reps, Yasmin Clydesdale. New recruit, John Bateman for the Cowboys. White Young Guns, Harry Hayes for the Bulldogs, number 11. Junior Paulo, parallel for the Eels. Kennedy Sherrington in the reps. Sapphire Mojo, James Fisher Harris for the Warriors, number 24. Connor Tracy, parallel for the Bulldogs. New recruit, Daniel Saifiti for the Dolphins. New recruit, Zach Lomax for the Eels. Wade Egan, Vegas for the Warriors. Warriors parallel checklist. Marquee, Ryan Pappenhausen for the Storm. Daly M. Keely Davis for the Roosters. Bo Fermor, parallel for Titans. Our patch for this case, number 56, Saitili Tupanua for the Bulldogs. Patrick Carrigan, parallel for the Broncos. New recruit for Manly. Kangaroos in the Masters Series. Nico Hines, parallel for Sharks. Ben Hunt in the reps. Lindsay Smith, parallel for Panthers. JC in the reps. Ruby Mojo. Panthers checklist number 32. Fletcher Sharp, parallel for the Knights. Jesse Ramian, Vegas for the Sharks. Apasai Coruscant, parallel for the Tigers. New recruit, Saitili Tupanua for the Bulldogs. Golden Age, number 33 for the Broncos. Keon Kolomatangi, parallel for the Rabbitohs. 3 packets left. Marquee, Kira Dib for the Cowboys. Jamal Fogarty, parallel for the Raiders. New recruit, Jamie Humphries for the Rabbitohs. Marquee, Jerome Luai for the Tigers. Come on, Mars, quick you will. New recruit for Manly. White Young Guns, Ethan Sanders for the Raiders, 159. Blake Brayley, parallel for the Sharks. In the reps, Jack Whiten. Vegas, Tamika Upton for the Gillaroos. Jai Gray, parallel for the Rabbitohs. Emerald Mojo, Sam McIntyre for the Cowboys, number 10. Liam Martin, parallel for Panthers. New recruit Jerome Lowe for the Tigers. Pink Diamond, Emma Manzelman for the Cowboys, number 20. Manly, parallel checklist. Marquee, Ruben Cotter for the Cowboys. New recruit Satili Tupanua for the Bulldogs. Vegas, Dane Laurie for Panthers. On a serious note, I got my cards. Very quick thanks. One of the best break results I've ever had. 3 SIGs and a black diamond. It was fantastic. Congrats, mate. Nice. Murray Talagi, parallel for Cowboys. Was that the 2 black young guns? New recruit James Fisher Harris for the Warriors. Blues Masters Series. Dominic Young. Was that the double? Yeah, I think that was, yeah, Dominic Young, parallel for the Roosters. In the reps, Zali Faye. Yeah, Jai Gray and LST, Jack White. Yeah, that's right. Ryan Pappenhausen, parallel for the Storm. Dally M, Stacey Awaka for the Broncos. Dylan Brown, parallel for the Eels. Reps, Avania Palit. Hey, who he got? Peter Lowe. I think John Turner manifested it, just mentioned it, and here we are, number 24, Jack White and LST. Stephen Crichton, parallel for the Bulldogs. Marquee, Stephen Crichton for the Bulldogs. Jeremy Marshall King, parallel for Dolphins. New recruit, John Bateman for the Cowboys. New recruit Daniel Saifiti for Dolphins. Ruby Mojo Bronson Sherry for the Bulldogs. Need tie if I don't pick up in my house break. Number 42. Mitchell Barnett, parallel for the Warriors. Abby Church, marquee for the Eels. Patrick Carrigan in the reps. Dally M, Jerome Hughes for Storm. Corey Pay, parallel for Broncos. Another box down. New recruit James Fisher Harris for the Warriors. Dally M, Tiana Penatani for the Sharks. Connor Watson, parallel for the Roosters. Emerald Mojo, Manly Checklist, number 7. Jack Cogger, parallel for the Knights. Marquee Mitchell Moses for the Eels. New recruit Jerome Lowe for the Tigers. Vegas Julia Robinson for the Jillaroos. Lehe Hopawate, parallel for Manly. Isaiah Yo in the reps. Golden Age, number 69 for the Rabbitohs. Cody Walker, parallel for the Rabbitohs. New recruit Ben Hunt for Broncos. In the Blues for the Masters Series, Herbie Farmworth, parallel for Dolphins. Jesse Arthurs in the reps. Isaiah Yeo in Vegas for Panthers. Addo Carr parallel for the Eels. New recruit Adam Fanua Blake for the Sharks. Damien Cook parallel for the Dragons. Marquee, the hammer for Dolphins. Dally M, Tommy Dearden for Cowboys. Parallel Titans checklist. New recruit Stefano Utakamanu for Storm. In the reps, Payne Haas. Ruby Mojo, Luke Metcalf for the Warriors, number 14. Cameron Munster, parallel for Storm. White Young Guns, Jackson Purdue for the Cowboys, number 119. Big Papa, parallel for the Raiders. In the reps, Kira Dibb. Pink Diamond, Bobby Law for the Dragons, number 29. Terrell May, parallel for the Tigers. New recruit James Schiller for the Knights. Marquee Roger Tulvasa Sheck for the Warriors. Reese Robson parallel for the Cowboys. Alright, 3 boxes left for our hobby case. Awesome team signature. Thanks. No problem, Peter. Nice hit, mate. Sapphire Mojo Dragons checklist, number 14. Jai Arrow parallel for the Rabbitohs. Shabaski, new recruit for the Broncos. Any solid Tigers hits in this one so far? Nah, mate, not really, to be honest. Unfortunately. Black Young Guns, Fletcher Sharp for the Knights, number 101. You're not in this one, Luke. Just a heads up. This is our break 392, the 25 Elite Super Break. Tom Gilbert, parallel for Dolphins. Don't get me wrong, you don't have to be to comment or be a part of the video. All good, all good. Bradman Best marquee for the Knights. Quincy Dodd in the reps. Vegas, Matthew Tomoko for the Raiders. Ryan Madison, parallel for the Eels. New recruit, Chad Townsend for the Roosters. Some BDs and Sapphires. Masters Series in the Blues. Marcelo Montoya, parallel for the Bulldogs. I know there was a heap of mojos listed because I can see them sitting there waiting to go in the box. I'm not sure if any of them helped you out. Hopefully you got your wish list up to date and you'll just get notified. Aaron Clark, new recruit for the Warriors. Dali M. Shannon Mato for the Titans. James Tedesco, parallel for the Roosters. Harry Grant in the reps. Parallel Luke Metcalf for the Warriors. Ruby Mojo, Valentine Holmes for the Dragons, number 25. AJ Brimson, parallel for the Titans. New recruit Lazarus for Storm. Vegas, Liam Martin for Panthers. Clint Gufferson, parallel for the Dragons. Jamie Chapman in the reps. Golden Age, number 87 for the Knights. Parallel Sebastian Chris for the Raiders. Marquee Daly Cherry Evans for Manly. Dally M Stephen Crichton for the Bulldogs. Tigers parallel checklist. New recruit Hohepa for the Sharks. New recruit Matt Arthur for the Knights. White Young Guns Solomona Fatape for the Tigers. Number 44. Kalen Ponga parallel for the Knights. Marquee Clinton Gufferson for the Dragons. Harry Grant parallel for Storm. Harley Brigginshaw in the reps for Gillaroos. And that's another box down. Box number 9, let's go. First packet. New recruit, Mr. Gutho for the Dragons. Dally M, Olivia Koenig for the Roosters. Jesse Arthurs parallel for the Broncos. In the reps, Lauren Brown. Ruby Mojo Murray Talagi for Cowboys. Number 45. Milwaukee Photo Ika parallel for Titans. Marquee Tiana Penatani for the Sharks. Pink Diamond Shaylee Bent for the Titans. Number 24. Jake Trbojevic parallel for Manly. New recruit Carter Gordon for the Titans. Golden Marquee Keezy Apps for the Tigers. Number 3. Joseph Atapane, parallel for the Raiders. New recruit Jamie Humphries for the Rabbitohs. In the Knights Masters Series, Jerome Lowe, parallel for the Tigers. In the Reps, Angus Crichton. Vegas, Aaron Clark for the Warriors. Reuben Cotter, parallel for the Cowboys. Marquee, Cameron Munster for the Storm. Dally M. Zayo for Panthers. And parallel, Angus Crichton for the Roosters. New recruit Asaya for Panthers. White Young Guns, Carter Gordon for Titans, number 169. Parallel, Eliza Katoa for Storm. Marquee, Apisai Coruscant for Tigers. Parallel, Cameron McInnes for the Sharks. New recruit Ethan Sanders for the Raiders. Vegas, Nico Hines for the Sharks. Panthers parallel checklist. In the Reps, Kalen Ponga. In the Reps, Julia Robinson. Parallel, Jacob Little for the Dragons. 2 packets left for the box. New recruit Zach Lomax for the Eels. White League Sensations, David Fafita for Titans, number 76. Knights parallel checklist. Alright, last box from our hobby case. Jermaine Hopgood, parallel for the Eels. New recruit, Marky Mark for Roosters. Sapphire Mojo. Molly Olaka-Atu, number 17. Parallel, Jacob Preston for the Bulldogs. Marquee, Herbie Farnworth for the Dolphins. In the reps, Mitchell Moses. Marquee, Jamie Chapman for the Titans. RCG parallel for the Titans. New recruit, Stefano Utakamanu for Storm. Golden Marquee, Valami Kickout for the Bulldogs. Number 62. Chans Nicole Klokstad, parallel for the Warriors. New recruit, Valentine Holmes for the Dragons. Kangaroos in the Masters Series. Parallel for the Broncos. Black Young Guns, Jackson Purdue for the Cowboys. Oh no. Yeah, net's dropped out. I think it's back. Oh, come on. I think it's back. I've just got this yellow error bar. Renato Mulatalo, parallel for the Sharks. My computer's been playing up all morning. Alright, we're back. Ruby Mojo, Jai Gray for the Rabbitohs. Gerald Skelton, parallel for the Tigers. New recruit, James Schiller for the Knights. Vegas, Cameron McInnes for the Sharks. James Schiller, parallel for the Knights. Marquee, Dylan Zalesniak for the Warriors. Daly M. Jack Bostock for the Dolphins. Rabbitohs parallel checklist. New recruit Ben Hunt for the Broncos. Hey Jared, welcome. White Young Guns, a Robert Toya for the Roosters, number 138. Sorry, they've already been sent, mate. Gone. Beat you to it. As I can tell, parallel for the Dolphins. I know you too well. In the reps, Isabel Kelly for the Gillaroos. Vegas, Jamal Fogarty for the Raiders. Corey Horsburgh, parallel for the Raiders. Josh Kerr in the reps. New recruit Adam Fanua Blake for the Sharks. Daly M. Isabel Kelly for the Roosters. Valentine Holmes parallel for the Dragons. Alright, well, that's the hobby case done and dusted. Let's get our priorities back up on the table and find out who is scoring our second case card. We're a bit full up here. Alright. You can go down there. Alright, let's go. Number 28 for the Titans, Kieran Foran. Better not leave that in there because I will forget about it. We can leave it on top though. Alright, let's get these out and get stuck in. Let's go. Priority marquee, Kalen Ponga for the Knights, number 32. Dally M. Samaima Torfa for the Raiders. Tommy Dearden, parallel for the Cowboys. In the Masters Series for the Kangaroos, Xavier Savage, parallel for the Raiders. New recruit James Fisher-Harris for the Warriors. White Young Gun priority Samuel Stonestreet for the Sharks, number 13. Roosters parallel checklist. Kennedy Sherrington in the reps. Sapphire Mojo Tyrone Munro for the Rabbitohs, number 8. Parallel Xavier Coates for the Storm. New recruit Adam Fanua Blake for the Sharks. New recruit Stefano from the Storm. Vegas Ethan Strange for the Raiders. Tyrell Sloan parallel for the Dragons. Priority marquee Reece Walsh, number 14 for the Broncos. Spotlight patch, number 32, Jaden Brayley for the Knights. David Fafita, parallel for the Titans. Ben Hunt in the reps. Dream Buller, parallel for the Tigers. New recruit Daniel Saifiti for Dolphins. Daly M. Eliza Katoa for Storm. Ali parallel for the Warriors. In the reps, Yasmin Clydesdale. Marquee priority Tegan Berry for the Dragons. Number 7. Reece Walsh parallel for the Broncos. New recruit for Manly. Vegas, Isabel Kelly in the Gillaroos. Kale Iro parallel for the Sharks. In the reps, JC. 3 packets left for our first priority box. Ruby Mojo, Harry Grant for Storm. Number 9, jersey number. We got Nicholas. Isaac Tago, parallel for Panthers. New recruit, Jerome Lowe for the Tigers. Golden Age for the Panthers, number 66. Molly Olaka-Atu, parallel for Manly to finish off the box. Alright, let's go. Black League Sensations, number 19, Victor Radley for the Roosters. No, not as yet. I was just looking at that myself. There is a couple of teams at the moment that aren't looking the best. But remember, we're only in the second box of our priority case. And we still have the USA case tomorrow, so still plenty of time to change that. Sanua Taruva, parallel for the Tigers. In the marquee, priority David Fafita for Titans, number 16. Dali M. Tiana Penatani for the Sharks. Fingers crossed. Whoop. Parallel Tyson Frizzell for the Knights. New recruit Marcelo Montoya for the Bulldogs. New recruit Kulikefu for the Dolphins. Priority Young Guns, Sione Finau for the Dragons, number 3. Jack Whiten parallel for the Rabbitohs. In the reps, Cameron Murray. And our BD for the priority case, number 2, Connor Tracy for the Bulldogs. Daniel Saifiti parallel for Dolphins. New recruit Carl Lawton for the Cowboys. Golden Marquee Jesse Southwell for the Knights. And Joe Offengowie parallel for the Eels. Priority Marquee, Kira Dib for the Cowboys, number 27. Vegas, Wade Egan for the Warriors. Bulldogs, parallel checklist. In the reps, Dane Gagai. Parallel, Adam Reynolds for the Broncos. New recruit, Blaze Talagi for Panthers. Dally M, Tom Dearden for the Cowboys. Storm parallel checklist. In the reps, Samima Torfa for Gillaroos. Priority Marquee Hammer for the Dolphins, number 37. Jaden Sewer parallel for the Tigers. Dragons. I put it in the right slot. New recruit, Asaya for the Eels. Asaya Iongi. Vegas, Julia Robinson for the Gillaroos. Keanu Kinney parallel for Titans. In the reps, Shannon Mato. 3 packets left for our second priority box. Ruby Mojo, Thomas Duffy for the Cowboys. Number 15. Ethan Strange, parallel for the Raiders. New recruit, Lewis Dodd for the Rabbitohs. Knights in the Masters Series. Adam Pompey, parallel for the Warriors. Priority marquee, Tiana Panatani for the Sharks, number 35. Dally M. Lauren Brown for the Titans. Jaden Campbell, parallel for the Titans. Parallel, Jack Williams for the Eels. New recruit, Stefano Utokumanu for Storm. Priority Young Guns, Blaze Talagi for Panthers, number 5. Parallel Raiders checklist. Jack Whiten in the reps. New recruit Ben Hunt for the Broncos. Emerald Mojo, Cameron McInnes for the Sharks, number 9. Lachlan Galvin, parallel for the Tigers. New recruit James Schiller for the Knights. Pink Diamond, Francesca Goldthorpe for the Cowboys, number 63. Bradman Best, parallel for Knights. Marquee, Clinton Gufferson for the Dragons. Dylan Edwards, Vegas for Panthers. Campbell Graham, parallel for the Rabbitohs. New recruit Jerome Lowe for the Tigers. Vegas, Corey Horsburgh for the Raiders. Jason Saab, parallel for Manly. In the reps, Patrick Carrigan. Marquee Dallin Wetin Zalesniak for the Warriors. Thomas Duffy parallel for the Cowboys. Zali Faye in the reps. New recruit James Fisher-Harris for the Warriors. Daliam Yasmin Clydesdale for the Knights. Victor Bradley parallel for the Roosters. In the reps, Avania Palit. And our second team, League Sensations, number 19. This time it's David Fafita with the Titans, for the Titans. Number 19. Jack Howarth, parallel for the Storm. New recruit Adam Fanua Blake for the Sharks. 2 packets left for the box. Masters Series in the Blues. The Hammer parallel for Dolphins. A Ruby Mojo Adam Reynolds for the Broncos, number 44. Christian parallel for Dragons. Not per case. I'm not sure what the actual ratios are, working it all out, but what is it? 24 per player by 17 divided by all the cases. So what we've figured, or what's been happening, is if we hit a Masters Series SIG, we haven't hit a team SIG, and vice versa, obviously. Yeah. And we haven't hit many team SIGs overall, so at the moment hitting one alone for me is pretty cool. We've had a couple of big runs on the Masters Series SIGs in the breaks. New recruit Chad Townsend for the Roosters. Nathan Cleary in the Vegas. Connor Tracy parallel for the Bulldogs. In the reps, Jamie Chapman. I have noticed though with the team league sensations, that's when we tend to hit the dual sigs and the ball patch. Ruby Mojo Rabbitohs checklist number 14. So once again, no guarantees, but pulling the team sig gives me high expectations to hit one of those two as well. 2 cases for a team sig. I've seen a couple that had a team sig and a booklet, but that's rare. Yeah, usually a team or it's an MS and booklet. Warriors parallel checklist. I haven't seen a booklet with every MS either. New recruit Clinton Gufferson for the Dragons. New recruit Ethan Sanders for the Raiders. Priority Young Guns Max Plath for the Dolphins. Number 2. Lindsay Smith parallel for the Panthers. So who was it? Dylan Cameron with Titans. In the reps, Ali Briganshaw for the Jillaroos. Sapphire Mojo Xavier Savage for the Raiders. Number 6. Lehe Hopawate parallel for Manly. New recruit Carter Gordon for the Titans. Parallel Reese Robson for the Cowboys. Priority Marquee Nathan Cleary for Panthers, number 22. Golden Age, number 93 for Manly. Big Papa, not looking good for Sunday. Not good. Patrick Carrigan, parallel for the Broncos. Mind you, that is coming from someone with a Broncos profile pic, so I don't know how true that is. Priority Marquee Joseph Tarpanay for the Raiders, number 35. Dali M. Zahara Tamara for the Raiders. Nico Hines, parallel for the Sharks. Tiana Panatani, a Vegas for Gillaroos. Connor Watson, parallel for the Roosters. New recruit Asaya Papalihi for Panthers. Knights in the Masters Series. Cameron Munster, parallel for Storm. In the reps, Harry Grant. Damien Cook, parallel for the Dragons. New recruit Shabaski for the Broncos. Dally M. Brian To'o for Panthers. Jermaine Isako, parallel for Dolphins. 2 packets left for the box. Quincy Dodd in the reps. Marquee in the priority, Jack Whiten, number 33. Priority Junior Paulo for the Eels. Don't know what he was up to in the celebrations in the sheds after the game with his sledging. Box number 5 in the priority. Ruby Mojo Mitchell Barnett for the Warriors, number 8. He was away last week, maybe the week before, with the women's. Isaiah Katoa, parallel for the Dolphins. Marquee priority, Tommy Turbo for Manly, number 22. Dally M, Olivia Koenig for the Roosters. Jermaine Hopgood, parallel for the Eels. New recruit, Chad Townsend for the Roosters. Priority Young Guns, Lockie Galvin for the Tigers. Number 18 of 18. Jacob Preston, parallel for the Bulldogs. In the reps, Bree Chester. Chance Nico Klokstad, parallel for the Warriors. New recruit Clint Gufferson for the Dragons. Sapphire Mojo. Xavier Coates for the Storm, number 3. Ben Hunt, parallel for the Broncos. Priority Marquee Big Tino for the Titans, number 2. Golden Marquee Val Holmes for the Dragons, number 56. Parallel Renato Militalo for the Sharks. New recruit Ethan Sanders for the Raiders. Blues in the Masters Series. Nathan Cleary, parallel for Panthers. In the reps, Zach Lomax. Vegas, Matthew Tomoko for the Raiders. Tommy Turbo, parallel for Manly. New recruit Lazarus for Storm. Dally M. Isaiah Yo for Panthers. Corey Horsburgh, parallel for the Raiders. In the reps, Taryn Aiken for the Gillaroos. Priority Marquee, Zach Lomax for the Eels, number 30. Parallel Gerald Skelton for the Tigers. New recruit Matt Arthur for the Knights. Vegas, Nico Hines for the Sharks. James Schiller, parallel for the Knights. The hammer in the reps. White League sensations. Adam Fanua Blake for the Sharks, number 39. Rabbitohs parallel checklist. New recruit Shabaski for the Broncos. Alright, that's box number 5 done out of the priority. Let's go box number 6. New recruit Marky Mark for the Roosters. Daliam Adenfanua Blake for the Warriors. Bronson Sherry parallel for the Bulldogs. Black Young Guns Blake Moser for the Broncos. Number 87. No, 67. Sebastian Chris parallel for the Raiders. In the reps, Mitchell Moses. Marquee priority, Jamie Chapman for the Titans. Number 19. Parallel, James Fisher-Harris for the Warriors. New recruit, Valentine Holmes for Dragons. Vegas, Jessica Surgis for the Jillaroos. Payne Haas, parallel for Broncos. In the reps, Josh Kerr. Ruby Mojo, Daryl Skelton for the Tigers, number 49. Sharks parallel checklist. Romy Teetle in the reps. New recruit Matty Nicholson for the Raiders. Vegas Jackson Ford for the Warriors. Dylan Edwards parallel for Panthers. Priority marquee, Tommy Dearden for the Cowboys, number 27. Jermaine Isako, in the face. Dally M, Julia Robinson for the Broncos. Ruben Garrick, parallel for Manly. New recruit, Regan Campbell-Gillard for the Titans. New recruit, Asai Ayongi for the Eels. In the night for the Masters Series, Alexander Brimson, parallel for the Titans. Priority Young Gun, Clayton Florlalo for Manly, number 3. Jackson Purdue, parallel for the Cowboys. Isabel Kelly in the reps for the Jillaroos. James Tedesco, parallel for the Roosters. New recruit, Blaze Talagi for Panthers. Sapphire Mojo, Jaden Campbell for the Titans, number 8. Harry Grant, parallel for Storm. Priority marquee, Jerome Luai for the Tigers, number 18. Golden marquee, Big Tino for the Titans, number 28. Parallel, Clinton Gufferson for the Dragons. New recruit, Zach Lomax for the Eels. Dally M, James Tedesco for the Roosters. Titans parallel checklist. In the reps, Lauren Brown. Priority marquee, Stephen Crichton for the Bulldogs, number 27. Big Papa parallel for the Raiders. New recruit Jamie Humphries for the Rabbitohs. Vegas, Braden Trindle for the Sharks. Terrell May parallel for the Tigers. In the reps, Kalen Ponga. Pink Diamond, Jessica Elliston for the Titans, number 56. Jack Cogger parallel for the Knights. New recruit Saitili Tupanua for the Bulldogs. Vegas, Roger Tuivasa Sheck for the Warriors. Cody Walker parallel for the Rabbitohs. Ruby Mojo, Tommy Turbo for Manly, number 34. Brian Top, parallel for Panthers. Marquee, Bradman Best for the Knights, number 32. Dali M. Joseph Atapane for the Raiders. Herbie Farmworth parallel for Dolphins. New recruit John Bateman for the Cowboys. White Young Guns, Jackson Purdue in the priority, number 3. Adokar parallel for the Eels. In the reps, Julia Robinson for the Jillaroos. New recruit for Manly. In the Kangaroos Masters Series, and Vanilla Blake parallel for the Sharks. In the reps, Angus Crichton. Parallel, Matt Burton for the Bulldogs. New recruit Daniel Saifiti for the Dolphins. White League sensations. Mitchell Barnett for the Warriors, number 87. Wade Egan, parallel for the Warriors. Marquis Ali Briganshaw for the Broncos, number 37. Last packet for the box. Golden Marquee Ruben Cotter for the Cowboys, number 69. Broncos parallel checklist. Three packets left for the 3 boxes left for the priority case. New recruit Jazz Tavega for Manly. Vegas, Blake Brayley for the Sharks. Jesse Ramian, parallel for the Sharks. Vegas, Hudson Young for the Raiders. Olivia Koenig in the reps. Marquee priority Isabel Kelly for the Roosters. Parallel Isaiah Yeo for Panthers. New recruit Sanua Turuva for Panthers. Tigers. Come from Panthers. Dally M. Jerome Hughes for Storm. Luke Brooks parallel for Manly. In the reps, Keezy Apps for the Jillaroos. In the Blues for the Masters Series, parallel Fletcher Sharp for the Knights. Dally Cherry Evans in the reps. Ruby Mojo Reed Marnie for the Bulldogs, number 20. Scott Drinkwater parallel for the Cowboys. New recruit Aaron Clark for the Warriors. Sapphire Mojo, Jermaine Hopgood for the Eels, number 3. Marky Mark, parallel for the Roosters. New recruit, Matt Arthur for the Knights. Marquee priority, Mitchell Moses for the Eels, number 28. Dally M. Keely Davis for the Roosters. Jerome Hughes, parallel for Storm. New recruit, Hohepa for the Sharks. Priority, a young gun, Benjamin Takura for the Broncos, number 1. Dragons parallel checklist. In the reps, Connor Watson. Golden Age, number 108 for the Dragons. Apasai Carousel, parallel for the Tigers. Pink Diamond, Jess Surgis for the Roosters, number 14. Bo Fermor, parallel for Titans. New recruit, Lazarus for Storm. 2 packets left for the box. Parallel, Jamal Fogarty for the Raiders. And priority, Marquee Paps for the Storm, number 24. Excuse me. Alright, second last box for today. This is box number 9 out of our priority case. New recruit, James Schiller for the Knights. Vegas, Jesse Aramian for the Sharks. Leo Thompson, parallel for the Knights. Vegas, Liam Martin for Panthers. In the reps, Isaiah Yeo. Priority marquee, Apasai Coruscant for the Tigers, number 32. Tyrone Munro, parallel for the Rabbitohs. New recruit Ben Hunt for the Broncos. Dally M. Herbie Farmworth for the Dolphins. Max Plath parallel for the Dolphins. Payne Haas in the reps. Blues in the Masters Series, Sam McIntyre parallel for the Cowboys. Jesse Arthurs in the reps. Ruby Mojo, Jaden Sewer for the Dragons, number 44. Taking your inspiration, Paul Gallen, Jared. Eels parallel checklist. New recruit, Marky Mark for the Roosters. Valami a kick out parallel for the Bulldogs. Priority marquee RTS for the Warriors, number 28. Dally M, Sheridan Gallagher, and Julia Robinson. RTS parallel for the Warriors. New recruit, Valentine Holmes for the Dragons. Priority Young Guns, Tony Francis for the Titans, number 13. Priority parallel, Selwyn Cobbo. What have we got? 7th last packet in our 2nd last box. Reps, Kira Dib. New recruit, RCG for Titans. Pink Diamond, Tegan Berry for the Dragons, number 54. Braden Trindle, parallel for the Sharks. New recruit, Maddie Nicholson for the Raiders. Emerald Mojo. Number 9. Daryl May for the Tigers. Paul Alamotti, parallel for Panthers. Parallel priority marquee, get it right, number 37. Black Young Guns, Carter Gordon for the Titans, number 125. Daly Cherry Evans, parallel for Manly. Alright, second last box done. Lucky last for today, the last priority box for break 392. New recruit Carter Gordon for the Titans. Vegas Paul Alamotti for Panthers. Cowboys parallel checklist. In the reps, Lindsay Collins. Parallel Reed Marnie for the Bulldogs. Priority marquee Latrell Mitchell for the Rabbitohs, number 38. Spencer Lenu for the Roosters. New recruit Isaiah Papali'i for the Panthers. Dally M, Stephen Crichton for the Bulldogs. Will Warbrick parallel for Storm. In the reps, Shanice Parker. Ruby Mojo, Joseph Tarpanay for the Raiders, number 9. Lachlan Elias, parallel for the Dragons. New recruit Zach Lomax for the Eels. Hines cleared to play. Oh, that's massive. Xavier Coates for the reps. Pink Diamond, Samima Torfa for the Raiders, number 54. Big Atino, parallel for Titans. Marquee Samaima Torfa for the Raiders, number 26. Dally M. Shannon Mato for the Titans. Matthew Tomoko, parallel for the Raiders. New recruit, Jamie Humphries for the Rabbitohs. Priority Young Guns, Jack Howarth for Storm, number 17. Adam Dewey, parallel for the Tigers. New recruit, John Bateman for the Cowboys. Knights in the Masters Series, Lomax parallel for the Eels. Millie Elliott in the reps for Gillaroos. Golden Marquee, Zach Lomax for the Eels, number 82. Jacob Saifiti, parallel for Knights. New recruit, Saitili Tupanua for the Bulldogs. 3 packets left. Black Young Guns, Asaya Iongi for the Eels, number 60. Jamie Humphries, parallel for the Rabbitohs. Priority Marquee, Angus Crichton for the Roosters, number 19. Lucky last for our priority case, and for today, Vegas, Chance Nicole Clockstad for the Warriors and a Dolphins parallel checklist. Alright guys, don't forget to tune in 10 AM tomorrow for the second part of today's break, which will be our USA case. Until then,